Today we're going to be talking about my favorite deck. This is Gandalf the White. It's a mono white artifacts bracket 4 combo deck. Gandalf the White says you may cast legendary spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. For today's video, we're going to be focusing on a combo surrounding this second ability. If a legendary permanent or an artifact entering or leaving the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Now, one thing that I want to focus on here is this isn't just a Panharmonicon style deck. Gandalf also triggers the leaving the battlefield abilities of any artifacts or legendaries we have. Today's combo, we're going to make infinite colorless mana and potentially draw our deck. And if you've ever played an artifact combo deck before, you know that Krark Clan Ironworks is an absolute machine for making infinite colorless mana. We're going to pair Krark Clan Ironworks with Mirror Retriever and one of either Scrap Trawler, which we're not going to use today. We'll just use Junk Diver. Now, we need to have Gandalf, Krark Clan Ironworks, Mirror Retriever, and Junk Diver all on the battlefield at the same time, as well as a 0 or 1 colorless cost artifact like Mishra's Bauble, Tormod's Crypt, Lotus Petal, Sensei's Divining Top, or what we'll be using today, Sol Ring, since everyone has one. Now, this is, I know, a lot of cards to have on the battlefield at once for a combo, especially in bracket 4, but this deck is crazy. If you know artifacts, you know that they're pretty consistent. With mono white, we have a few tutors like Enlightened Tutor and stuff like that. I really don't have a problem with pulling this combo off, which is why it's one of my favorites. We're going to start, assuming that Junk Diver is in our graveyard, with Mirror Retriever, Krark Clan Ironworks, Gandalf, and Sol Ring out on the battlefield all at once. We're going to sacrifice Sol Ring to Krark Clan Ironworks, which is going to make us 2 colorless mana. We're then going to sacrifice Mirror Retriever to Krark Clan Ironworks, which is going to make us another 2 colorless mana. Now, when we sacrifice Mirror Retriever, we're going to have its ability trigger on the stack, but with Gandalf, we're going to have it trigger again. We're going to use this Piplup to track that second trigger. We're going to resolve the first trigger, returning this Junk Diver to our hand, and then we're going to resolve this Mirror Retriever trigger, returning Sol Ring to our hand. We're going to spend this 4 colorless mana to play Junk Diver and Sol Ring, and then we're going to start the loop again. We're going to sacrifice Sol Ring to Krark Clan Ironworks, making 2 colorless mana, and then we're going to sacrifice Junk Diver to Krark Clan Ironworks, making 2 more colorless mana. This, of course, is going to put a Junk Diver trigger on the stack, and with Gandalf, it's going to double up one more time. We're going to resolve this first one, returning Sol Ring to our hand, resolve the Junk Diver trigger, returning Mirror Retriever to our hand. Now we're going to spend 1 of this mana to cast Sol Ring, and then we're going to spend 2 more of this mana to cast Mirror Retriever. This brings us back to the first state that we were at when we were initially pulling off this combo, and as you can see, we are netting 1 colorless mana every single time. We just keep doing that forever and ever and ever and ever, and we'll end up with infinite colorless mana. Now with this, we have a classic outlet for infinite mana with Walking Ballista, but we've also demonstrated that we have infinite storm count, which means that Aetherflux Reservoir is a great outlet for this as well.